Welcome back. In Shakopee, the community mourns the loss of beloved high school teacher and coach Ryan Eiler. The 32-year-old died after a crash on Highway 169 in Edina Sunday afternoon. Eiler's vehicle suddenly swerved and hit a concrete median barrier, and the preliminary investigation shows that alcohol was not involved. Heidi Wigdahl has more on his life and impact.
The mood outside Shakopee High School matches the one inside after the death of Ryan Eiler, or at school, Mr. Eiler.
He was so selfless. He really did care about everybody and would do anything for the people that he loves. He made the effort.
Sophomore Siri Cleasons had Mr. Eiler for a nutrition class. She just saw him Friday.
I hadn't been to his class in a few days just because I had a lot of stuff going on. And when I went to his class on Friday, at the end of class, I was like packing up all my stuff. Everybody had already walked out the door, and he talked to me and was like, "How are you doing? Like, I noticed you haven't been in class the past few days." He impacted me because he showed me that people really do care.
Those qualities he carried with him from school to Camp Ripley. Ryan also served as a radio equipment repairer in the Minnesota National Guard since 2014. In 2016, during the annual Best Warrior competition, he earned the title Minnesota National Guard Soldier of the Year.
Ryan was sincerely the best person. He was the perfect mix of shy, kind, quiet, respectful, but then also funny, sarcastic. He cared so much about everyone else.
Courtney Gunderson had been seeing Ryan. He left her home Sunday night.
He was talking about I'll text you when I get home, and the time just kept passing and passing and passing. I'm like, what is going on?
They recently spoke about enjoying the present.
He was like, we've got a long life to live, and we were making all these future plans and everything, and you just never know. So love everyone while you got them.
Heidi Wigdahl reporting there. The school district's offering resources and support staff at the high school throughout the week. Well, dozens of people gathered at the state capitol for the third annual Somali Day, but on the heels of Operation Metro Surge, this year's event took a much different tone. Danny Spiewak has more.
On Somali Day at the Capitol,
it's been very rough.
Local attorney Abdisalam Mumin reflected on how difficult the past several months have been for the Somali American community.
The combination of Metro Surge and the combination of negative rhetoric coming from the highest office in the nation, I think the Somali American community has suffered quite a few blows.
After President Trump disparaged Somali Americans in early December,
we're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country.
The Trump administration began surging immigration agents into Minnesota, citing fraud, even though the vast majority of Somali Americans convicted of those crimes were either citizens or had legal status.
Donald Trump tried to turn the entire American community against Somalis.
Senator Zainab Mohammed is one of 5 Somali American legislators at the state capitol.
There's nothing this president and his government can do to us that we cannot survive. Nothing.
A Republican colleague, Senator Jim Abler, also spoke at the Somali Day rally, saying he was sorry for what the community was going through.
The Somalis I know are amazing.
Abler is one of the only Minnesota Republicans to publicly criticize President Trump for calling Somalis garbage.
Where people are saying terrible things about an entire community because of literally a few people who made really bad choices. It doesn't reflect upon anybody here.
Community leaders say they're being painted unfairly, both through the media and in the broader public.
That overgeneralization is becoming harmful to the community, and at some point there needs to be a drawback to the hate and discrimination that this specific demographic is getting.
Danny Spiewak. 24 coalitions from different organizations across the state took part in the rally. All 5 Somali American state lawmakers spoke at that event. Well, it wasn't the greatest night for Wolves fans last night. Minnesota losing Game 5 to Denver late last night, but here's something to cheer you up. This young superfan got the dream come true over the weekend, meeting his Timberwolves idols. We first introduced you to 3-year-old Rhett last week, and his story is blown up on social media, grabbing the team's attention. Ian Russell caught up with Rhett and his family once again and has more.
I'm practicing.
On this carpet court.
There you go. Hand in the
cookie jar.
Rhett Niver lives and breathes basketball.
Oh, Oh, rejected by the rim.
Especially the Wolves.
Woody, go Bear!
That was true when I met Rhett last week. It was even more true after this weekend.
Then he wanted to call everybody that we knew to tell them that he got to go to the game.
After our story with Rhett aired Thursday, the Wolves called KARE, inviting the family to Saturday's game against the Nuggets.
I saw where the Timberwolves play.
They, of course, said yes.
I picked out a jersey.
Yeah? Are you wearing it right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what's better than a jersey? Meeting the guys who wear them.
Nas.
And one
Jaden.
by one.
Julius.
By one.
Mike.
Most of the team met their superfan, including his favorite.
Yeah, I'll get down here with you. He's a good player. Out there, right?
From the carpet court to the real thing.
For Red, it was just, you could tell, like, I mean, he was locked in the entire time.
To the game itself.
He's like, we got to stay in the seats. We're going to miss the game if we get up. So
Memories made that will last a lifetime.
I mean, he'll have these memories and these pictures forever.
And one Rhett won't soon forget.
The Tweez jersey.
After I told you he didn't wear his jersey to daycare, he wore his jersey to daycare today to show everybody.
In Bloomington, Ian Russell.
I felt so special.
KARE 11 News.
Thank you, Timberwolves.
Checking off the bucket list early there, Rhett. Good job, buddy. Hey, stick with us. More news and weather coming up after the break.